hear what I hear.
Welcome back to the #1 guild on YouTube. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the brand new Fairy Tail game on PS4 or Nintendo Switch. If you haven't yet seen my unboxing of the limited edition version, make sure you go check that out after this video. Plus you can see some pics of it over on Twitter or Instagram at soul_animation, and we have something even cooler to unbox than that in this video. Now, if you haven't heard, EDENS 0, Hiro Mashima's new series, will be getting an anime. Last time we talked about Volume 1 where we saw Natsu and Lucy return together on what seemed to be a date. Mashima takes full advantage of our new adventure space setting by directly focusing on world building throughout the entirety of Volume 2. I feel like in EDENS 0, Mashima is at the point where he has such a firm grasp on the character archetypes he's introducing that he can spend so much more time on storytelling and world building. Either way, I'm here for his gorgeous character artwork, and I always will be. I mean, I don't know how it's possible, but Mashima is still improving on his art style all these years later, still one of my favorite artists ever, and the reason I'll continue to read his manga. Now, Mashima loves rapidly introducing gangs of new characters, or special ones that change the arc's direction, and he stays true to that in Volume 2 of EZ, starting with a narrator that we briefly meet for only a single page, who tells us that time doesn't hold much meaning in the story. And that single line flooded me with so much excitement and disappointment all at the same time. Disappointment because I had really thought that in those 20,000 years, Mashima's brand new heroine and hero had died and passed away from the last volume. Sure, it's far into the future, but the fact that we've already directly accepted their eventual death is a bit dark for Mashima's work. You know, there's a feeling that Natsu, Lucy, and the guild will never die, and it's all sunshine and rainbows, but I find myself wishing Mashima's work could be a little darker and be the way he actually wants it, which you can see from his other artwork. He explicitly speaks about human trafficking or murder in Volume 2. There's a panel of a fat guy holding Rebecca on a chain leash, talking about making videos of her as she says yes, master. But the very next panel, she's making a cute face as if to seem like it was a lighthearted joke, so younger people can read along without really noticing how dark the story is. You know, Mashima is over 40 years old now, and he's looking at the series the same way I am. He clearly wants those dark elements to be noticed and explored. He wants Rebecca to be in real danger, but he knows that if he wants that ages 13+ on the back cover, and if he wants to wallow in the fame of the shonen genre, then he better draw a cutesy anime face to lighten up the mood, and in this case, quickly alert us that Shiki and Rebecca probably aren't dead and it's just a time distortion plotline. And then of course in the anime they'll cut everything. You won't see Rebecca's detailed agony as she's held up by tentacles, you won't see the chain around her neck, and those of us who aren't 13 will be pretty disappointed that the creator's story is censored. But you simply can't blame him, right? Like, why would he give up his massive younger audience for darker themes? That's why he saves his lewd art for social media where there are no age limits. But I was also excited at that first page because from that point forward, I was left constantly guessing where this weird time travel story was going. Thankfully, none of it was predictable. The chronophage time eating idea keeps things interesting. I was glad Whis didn't predictably change into the good guy who fixed Happy, but instead will remain a character that Mashima doesn't usually fit into his stories. The villainous nice guy type will be a breath of fresh air as a main character. Though I wasn't really crazy about Pino, I don't really think the group needs another mascot on top of Happy at the moment, and I just don't see how that character will develop outside of retaining Charles' boring personality. However, I can certainly see how her EMP blast will make for a lot of momentum shifts during battles. Michael and Shiki really seem to have a close connection, so I actually hope that was really him in Volume 2. That was one character I would have liked to see Shiki save, and so it was a little sad that it ended up being a random bot. Part of me thinks we haven't seen the last of the bots on Granbell anyways though. And then we got the gang of villains and the Foot Brothers, typical Mashima villains, sure. An excuse to focus on Rebecca's thick thighs save lives, most definitely. We saw so many angles of Rebecca this chapter, even beyond the classic tied up by tentacles fan service. Damn, Mashima knows his camera angles. And at last, Elsie, With ERZA'S direct character design, I'm glad this character doesn't stick around for too long. I think this one was on purpose. Mashima wants the Fairy Tail faithful fans to check out his new series, and what better way than including these character designs from the same universe. He's already showed us that everything is connected throughout his hero's manga, and he has every right to maintain his beloved art style in this new manga too. And I mean, this has to be ERZA'S sister, right? I don't remember her showing up in the crossover Heroes manga yet, but I got a feeling that if Mashima keeps up the Heroes manga, Elsie and ERZA have to be related somehow. She has got to be her sister. Forget looking the same, they even have the same exact dominant personality. Well, we've got the Eden Zero world built, and from here on out, I'm ready to see where this story is going. I would love for something more unique than Adventure Quest, and to rather have meeting Mother be a sole focus for our main characters. I'm interested to see how Shiki and Rebecca's relationship develop as well. Unlike Natsu and Lucy, I've really felt that from the beginning, Rebecca and Shiki are just friends. I've always felt that Lucy looks at Natsu through a rose-colored lens and has an attraction to him, but I don't feel that yet with Shiki and Rebecca, so I wonder if a love will spark along the way, and it'll be very interesting to hear how they speak to each other in the anime. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does Shiki and Rebecca feel like a couple to you the same way Natsu and Lucy do? I'm really interested to hear your opinions. And if you haven't been reading, you better get on that. Go grab the Eden Zero manga over on global.bookwalker.jp. That link will be in the description of this video. Use my code SOULANNY and get $5 off any of the manga on the site. You can read Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, any of Mashima's manga there, and it's at such a great price. It would be awesome if you also dropped a like on the video for me. Make sure to subscribe and join the guild if you haven't. And I have some more exciting videos coming for you guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
To the ground, I keep picking them up no matter where I go, trying to see beyond the shattered tears, but it's hard to carry on.